Well, welcome everybody. It's Dr. Hank, and you know what we do here. We help real estate agents and brokers to increase not only their business, but also their wealth using a five-step process. It all starts with mindset, and everything really is about your mindset. And on the second step on those 5 steps, we talk about the importance of leads and how to be able to get referrals and a whole system that will take agents. Most agents will make over $300,000 per year. And today we have a very special guest. And you know, every time we have the best agents, the top agents, brokers, trainers, but today we have what affectionately called, and only his close friends, so he allowed me to do it, Dr. B, but he's Dr. John Beldock. And John, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hank. Pleasure to be with you.
Well, you are just such a kind man, and you'll hear on how this session is going to help you have a competitive advantage in the marketplace and build your sales next year, really starting now. By the time you're done with this short video, you're going to really love it. But Dr. B, I got to say a few things about you. First of all, your background, that so you understand that Dr. B was a director of the United States Department of Energy Environmental Analysis Program and in the Office of Energy and Efficiency. And he actually created a U.S. Department of Energy program called NICE, N-I-C-E, and that's what Dr. B really is. He's just a wonderful man, and he's all about ecology, about the ecosystem, about how to be able to be friendly to Mother Earth, and how to keep that sustainability. And so he has a whole way for you to get involved with this that will give you a competitive edge, will build better relationships with the people that you know. And he has something that he affectionately calls sustainable conversation. And it is going to really change the way that you're going to be able to have something in common with your prospects, with your referral partners, with your clients, and to be able to really make a difference. And it's going to have a lot of advantages in real estate. And so why is that? Well, Dr. B is also a very successful real estate broker. So he knows real estate, and he knows on how to do different programs for financing and everything. And so with that, Dr. B, I want to give you the platform and share with us about this, sharing the kindest and most helpful weekly content. Where did all this come from, and can you tell us a little about it?
Well, again, thank you for having me. That's our favorite question. How do we create the kind communication that creates business in the real estate space? We've been at it for 20 plus years at this point in the real estate universe, and just met great people and worked with great people and helped a lot of people, clients and customers, find better water solutions, better indoor air quality solutions, breathe better, use less energy, find green financing. Most excitingly, people love when we show them the green money. There's green money all over the place. And it's the most popular part of our curriculum and training and applications, and frankly, our practice in real estate over the course of many decades at this point. There's a lot of public money available. There's private money available for people to do great things in their homes that make them more comfortable, live more efficiently, and frankly, make more money.
Yeah. Well, I love this First, and you bet, everybody's about the green, and money is just freedom, and money is good. We've been brought up sometimes with thinking that money isn't good, but it actually, you know, it just provides more freedom for us. And then green about, you know, as far as the ecological system, and then savings program. What I love what you have here on this is staying top of mind and top of heart with your clients and community. And so here's how, and I think we'll get in. Can you share with us a little about how this sustainable conversation plays out?
Absolutely. We went about trying to create the kindest and most helpful weekly communication that counts on,
I love that,
frankly, exuding care in your communication so that your clients can understand this agent cares about me in a way that is like no other. I feel the care. We're talking about subject matter that helps me and my family. So, you know, it's transcended the real estate conversation to the point where this agent, and she's sharing this content with me every week. It's got her branding on it. It's driving home that she really intends to be helpful and caring in my life, with my family, with my business. That was the premise that drove us in the first place. We, 20 years worth of feedback from agents about, okay, well, how do you differentiate yourself most effectively? Please share your content with us so that we can share it with our sphere. And that's what Sustainable Conversation does. It makes it easy to share it every week. It's got your branding on it. It's, share and build business. Every communication comes back to you in the sense that it encourages the consumer to ask you a question. Stay in the conversation with the consumer on, gee, how are people protecting watersheds across the country? Watersheds are just absolutely, 90% of all Earth's civilizations grew up around water. So everybody has an affinity for water and safe drinking water and the safety of his or her family. And it's just, it transcends the normal conversation to the level of, this person really cares about me. And she's willing to participate in an ongoing conversation about, hey, how do I keep my water, as best as I can, or as safe as I can for myself and my family.
And I love that, Dr. B, on your really bringing up something here that I was just talking with an agent yesterday, and they were saying, I just don't know what to say when I call like a referral partner or even a prospect, if I get a lead with one of our lead programs, whatever, and they don't know what to say. And what I like about this is, first of all, the word that you use is this kindness and caring. And, folks, it's really about that. And it's about being kind and caring for others. And you can just tell on what a heart Dr. B has for this and a passion for this. And so it is this on a weekly basis, you can keep in communication. And for those of you with my referral program, that we encourage this regular top of mind opportunity to be with your clients, with your prospects, with the people that because everybody knows, people that everybody knows about 20 people that are actually buying or selling their home. They just may not know about it at the time, but keeping this top of mind. So can you help us with understand like sustainable conversation and these points here on your left that how does all this work and play out?
Well, the content ranges from energy to environmental issues to environmental ethics to community service to all the different areas that, again, clearly demonstrate that the sender of the material, the sharer of the material, if you will, is somebody who genuinely cares about the consumer and about the community. Yeah. And it's that evidence of care, that exuding of care and kindness and concern for the community that creates an ongoing conversation. a sustainable conversation, if you will.
Okay,
And
great. And,
it's got their branding on it, and they
yeah,
can buy it for free.
and I love this: brand with kindness, and then share and build business, and stay top of mind and building the community. And can you give me an example of what do you share with, because you've again helped thousands of agents all around the country to be able to, and it's built their business. You have a proven track record. So this is not just, do a nice little newsletter that's kindness, that this, will build your business, and it's a tool that you can use, because where else can you have weekly conversation and be able to even pick up the phone then and be able to do that? And can you share with us some specific examples, agents around the country, on how they use this, like, for example, on the community and getting involved in the community?
Absolutely. Some great examples of agents making it easy to take green moves, if you will. That's the key to diffusion of innovations, is just making it easy, demonstrating that it can be done, demonstrating that others have done it and succeeded, and not pulled a muscle. People don't like to pull a muscle unless it's really a very, very worthy cause. And this is a worthy cause. But for example, with recycling, a lot of recycling programs out there. We see agents in our membership, in our subscriber base, who are literally just making it easy for their consumers in their community to identify where the recycling resources are.
Oh, yeah.
Identify where the water resources are, where the water filtration resources are, where the energy efficiency and renewable energy resources are. A lot of consumers have questions about solar, for example.
Yeah.
And we've seen agents create these very endearing relationships with the consumer, where they're able to stand almost like an independent third party, because they're not selling solar, but they are a solar advocate. They're a sustainability advocate. And that creates a camaraderie, a trust to help make sense of the solar offers that are out there. You could go community solar, you can go rooftop solar, and there are a lot of different choices. And there's no money out of pocket solutions. Everybody really appreciates when the agent shows, the family, the consumer, the business owner, whoever it is that the agent is helping, say, you know what, there's a no money out of pocket solution here, where you can go solar, you can cut your electricity costs, you can do so without paying $1 out of pocket, and you're going to see a smaller utility bill every month. But
wow.
Our agents make a lot of friends with that conversation. They really do.
Goodness. And is that available now in any state?
Certain states have more progressive public utility commission structures and other public and private sector incentives, but there's financing for solar across the country.
Okay.
Consumers are creating tremendous success stories, and businesses with solar and other renewable energy technologies across the country. And by the way, the best solar comes with energy efficiency improvements.
Right.
The best companies are encouraging you to cut your costs on the energy consumption side, and then helping you provide the best solar solutions on the supply side. That's really exciting and very endearing, by the way, because it doesn't make the solar industry feel like they're overselling. You know what I mean?
Right. And so, for example, because we have agents all over the United States on this, that how would I find out which state offers like the free financing? Like, do we contact you, or do we Google something, or how do we get involved? Like your newsletter, I'm assuming is, has information about that. Does it direct then people to find the answers for their specific state then?
Absolutely. And that's a custom approach for us with each subscriber, each agent, each EcoBroker and others, where they're learning about their resources in their state. We're helping them identify where those resources are available. Your state energy office is a great way to obtain more information about what's available in your state. But green financing and solar financing solutions are available nationwide and
Okay.
frankly, well beyond United States as well.
Yeah, yeah, right. Okay, good. So that's exciting. Then, tell me on, so let's say that I have, I'm selling my home. How could I, as an agent, add value to where I would get that listing? So I have a listing presentation. And again, and you and I haven't talked about this specifically, and so it's great to understand. Hey, how could I leverage my interest in the ecology and the ecosystem, and so if I'm at a listing presentation, what would you have that you could offer that would enhance that listing presentation for me to get that listing?
Absolutely. Well, you and I go back to the tried and true practice of real estate on a listing presentation, right? We're going to be doing 80% of the listening and less than 20% of the talking. And so we'll be doing 100% of the winning, right? So there's that part of it.
But, thank you. That's a great tip, everybody. Listing presentation is listening. And in fact, all relationships are do more listening. And of course, God gave us two ears and one mouth for a purpose.
Exactly. That's exactly right, Dr. Hank, in every respect and then some. Well, when you use that as an example, when you use that as the basic fundamental chops of the process, you've probably done this a million times as well. I mean, we're asking first, what does the seller like about her property, right? What does he like about his property most? Tell me your favorite things. Let's take a tour. Tour me around. So I'm sensitive to what it is about the property that had that seller buying the property in the first place, right? What are the most comfortable things about the property for him or her? That's always where I start. And the sustainability and green features of a property, I can often see those, and our agents and subscribers can see those more readily than most people, but it's often a complement as opposed to the initial driver of the sale. You know, the great real estate professional is trained not to necessarily say, hey, this is, if we make this improvement, we're going to get you more money for the property. Yeah. That's a big depends, and it's a slippery slope. So, from a professionalism and liability reduction perspective, we're listening first, we're looking at what is most comfortable, what are the favorite things about the property for the seller, and then we're looking for those opportunities to make it easier for the buyer to say yes, to get what we call get to yes. And that get to yes, that might be, gee, you know what, we could put some green financing flyers on the kitchen counter. We can put some green financing flyers on the internet presentation that enhance the buyer's ability to get her arms around the visualizing buying this particular property. And when you reverse engineer that back to the seller saying, gee, this is the agent who is going to help me make it easier to find the buyer. Yeah. I mean, yes, this agent might have 20 prospective buyers, in her portfolio, but everybody says that, right? What's the next level of presentation that says, gee, this is the agent that's going to make it easier for the consumer to say yes.
Yes. I love this.
Sign on the dotted line, press real hard, you're making 3 copies, right?
That's awesome. Can you give some examples of what those flyers are? How do you benefit from that? If I'm a buyer walking in, what are those flyers? Like, do they help with the actual financing of the home, or what are the benefits?
Well, let's take that a couple of different ways, if you don't mind, just for a moment. When you walk into a house, like anybody walks into a house, there's a feel, right? It has a certain feng shui to it. It has a certain, frankly, houses have a certain smell to them sometimes. for better or for worse, they have obstacles come to them, right? Well, at that point, you're saying, all right, how do I make this property such that we're really comfortable? How is it that it's an easier breathe? What is it that the seller has done to make this property more comfortable? The good news is, you can really make a property more comfortable with indoor air quality improvements, with water quality improvements, with energy efficiency improvements. You can reduce drafts. There's a lot of different things you can do and do easily with relatively little cost. And in some cases, the seller's already done those things.
Oh, okay.
Seller's already done it.
So this would be to the seller, and for the seller in a very easy way to make this home more sellable, if you will, by having some energy efficiencies included. So that would be part of it, is that we could actually offer, we could note, first of all, what they do have currently, and then we could be of service to them to help them increase the saleability of the home through better water quality, lower electric bills, whatever. And most of those, did you say, have very little cost to it?
Exactly. And there's also green financing available for those properties who have already made those improvements. So lenders are looking for those properties to lend, on which to lend money to the borrower, the new buyer, because frankly, it's a better property. It's a better borrower. All right. She's going to be paying less money, and for example, on energy efficiency improvements that have already been made to the property. Borrower is going to be paying less money every month in utility bills. She's going to be less likely to default on the loan, and it's a better asset. So it's a better borrower, a better asset, and a better loan. I guess you might lend. There are financing directions available, financing instruments, govy loans, and other financing, loan and refinancing available, where you're able to effectively add $20,000 to the loan to make energy efficiency improvements or to make other green upgrades. Well, I mean, your 203K, for example, and a streamlined 203K financing solution. And these are just beautiful instruments that are designed to help improve properties. And the more the borrower, the more the buyer can get her arms around visualizing, hey, you know what, this is a property, not only can I buy this, but I can afford to operate this property. I can afford to buy it, I can afford to operate it, and there's green financing available for me that's going to make it even easier for me to be able to afford it. I mean, that's what's getting the consumer to yes, if you will.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Can you say that again, that on the consumer, that it makes it more affordable to buy, and what were you saying there?
Absolutely.
I'm taking notes on this. And by the way, everybody take notes. Yes, this is good. Yes.
Now, the key thing is not only creating a situation where the home is, or the property is affordable to buy, but affordable to operate.
Yeah.
And there's green financing available to help create that incentive, create that bridge. If the property's already been improved, there is green financing out there that should credit that property that's already been improved with better financing. Might be a little bit of a better rate, but it also might be just a little bit off the costs. It might be an improvement in the loan-to-value ratio. It might be an improvement in the borrower's qualifying ratios that makes it just easier for her, because the lender's doing the same math. Again, that better borrower, better loan, better asset, the lender's doing the same math, saying this is the right property to lend on because it's a better property.
That's awesome. Dr. B, can we take this then, and I think we all get it. I mean, it's really amazing on how it will help the seller. And so we've implied it helps the buyer, but can you just talk on the buy side on, so I'm an agent and I want to You know, I've already built a better relationship now with my prospect because I actually have this weekly newsletter going out where it really has some valuable information. And so can you help me with, you know, like I'm meeting with this prospect to get them to sign the buyer agreement. How would I use this to, again, be on the competitive edge and to get them to sign that? How would I use this information on the buyer side?
Again, the beauty of the sustainability space in this regard, Dr. Hank, just like you're referring to, is that almost nobody's talked with the consumer at this level. Almost nobody's demonstrated the care for the consumer at this level, where you care about the fact that she might very well be able to pay $200 a month in utility bills instead of $400 a month. That she might be able to have, you know, the peace of mind and confidence about her drinking water supply. That she might be able to benefit from working with you because you're the agent who, you know, is willing to do the due diligence, is willing to go to property disclosure and understand not only if this property is affordable enough to buy, but if it's affordable enough to operate.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that two-pronged approach on that. And so this really will increase all of our relationships, and then for specifically for listing agreements for buyers. And I want to go to this slide here, and we have a few minutes still left, but can you explain a little about how this plays out? And I have a question before, and as I kind of look at this, that like so let's say it's drinking water that, you know, I need better drinking water for my buyer because of their health condition or whatever, but, you know, just use that as an example. Is there a resource of yours that, because I have this newsletter, like I can go in and I could search for, you know, quality water opportunities? So if you could include that in with, and again, you can see that I'm very practical here on this, Dr. B, is, you know, we all want to just be able to, hey, how can I real easily get hold of this information, be able to use this information and specifically to my needs? So can you share this slide a little with us?
Absolutely. On the left, you know, in the very, very center of EcoBroker.com's homepage, you know, you can take a free test share of a test drive of Sustainable Conversation and get 4, you know, weekly publications with your
awesome. And what is the name? Where should we go to get that?
EcoBroker.com is the core. You know, Sustainable Conversation is powered by EcoBroker, and all of the resources and public and private sector resources that you mentioned before are, you know, behind that EcoBroker website and the EcoBroker links and resources that are available to people across the country and internationally. On the right-hand side, you know, those are 3 examples of the one-page publications that you can email and post to social media. And there's what our great, you know, subscribers. Phil Bertrand was kind enough to beta test this Sustainable Conversation with us. And, you know, again, it's just all about showing people that not only does Phil care, but he can help you and talk to him. The conversation comes back around. You know, he's ask me. I'm happy to help you. I mean, that's the way the tenor and tone of the conversation goes with each week's worth of publications. And it's got his you know, branding on it so that you know, people can get back to him, talk to him, learn more. And, you know, they basically engage in a collaborative learning process where, yes, there are public and private sector resources available. We're not, you know, advertising a particular brand on any particular week's worth of publication, but, you know, it's a collaborative learning where, you know, Phil's right there shoulder to shoulder, side by side with his sphere, and they're learning about the water resources that are available in Bend and anything that's available for them, you know, in Oregon that can help them. I mean, it's just a nice example of collaborative education and sustainable conversation.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic. And so, and again, remember everybody that the experience that we're talking about. Dr. B was the director of the United States Department of Energy Environment Analysis Program, was the founder of the NICE program for the government, and he's been doing this for 20 years. So this isn't this isn't like something new. That this is the expert on the ecology and on how to be able to leverage this with real estate and to really build these relationships. And so you can see you got a website, and so you can access all the information. Here's some examples where basically Dr. B has expanded this to be able to go on the social media. And as you know, that's where the people are. And so we need to go to this. So this can be, used as an email. This can also be used on the social media for you. And I love this, and ready to build more business with kindness, and your whole theme of making it easy for customers to get to yes on real estate, green financing, and other climate solutions. And with 4 decades of experience in that. And so any other things that you would want to share with us on this screen here that is important? And I know we just have a couple more minutes, but I want to get to the last screen and also the offer that you're going to be able to provide us.
I think really just being able to try it for free is the way to go. I mean, everything we've learned about how to adopt, and encourage the adoption of constructive, new, and helpful ideas in society is all about being able to give people a chance to try it. Just go on there and have some fun with it. See where where you can flex your muscles in there a little bit, and flex your kindness, frankly, because you all have it. I mean, everybody has an inbred kindness about them, and people really just appreciate that. And in this day and age, I mean, it's just it's very endearing, and it is about just being as helpful as possible. The good news is the green industry has a lot of areas where you can be helpful, and every one of them kind of has that connotation for the consumer. Gee, this person really cares about me in a special way that I'm not. I haven't seen a whole lot before, but I sure enjoy it very, very much.
Well, I just love that. And so it really gives us for the year ahead now, it gives us something to really be able to start building these relationships. And that you're going to be kind enough, Dr. B, too, to that everybody will be able to enjoy a free 30-day discounts on or 30-day test drive on sustainable conversation and this newsletter. And so can you take, and what do we do? We do, so where would we go to get it? And then the promotion code would be Dr. Hank that you would do on it. That where do we go to do that? Is that again, EcoBroker.com?
Thank you very much. Yes, EcoBroker.com is the easiest place to get started. Right on the homepage, you click for a test drive. And yes, please use the Dr. Hank promo code when you sign up, even for your test drive, because thereafter, it'll create a 10%, more than 10% discount for you on the monthly subscription pricing. And that's more about you too. It's about how grateful we are to you, and I think you're doing a great job out there, and we're glad to be doing something with you.
Well, that's fantastic. And then how much after that, and how much is it per month in order to have this?
It's well, with the Dr. Hank discount code, it comes to $8.95 a month, believe it or not.
Okay, folks, so you heard it here.
Our most senior and treasured resources in the brokerage community said, Dr. Beldock, you got to make this under $10 a month. And so we sure
have made under $10 a month. That is just fantastic. So folks, let me share with you that, there are some really good resources out there. And typically it costs I don't know, $100, per month, or you got to pay $1,000. Brian Buffini has some great materials where, he sends out, you buy this and then you send it out. And it's all at least 10 times more expensive. And it doesn't follow with a theme. Like, this is one theme that can be used in many different areas, and you get to choose, what area. But for under $10 a month, you get your first month free. So, and again, that's right through EcoBroker.com. And with Dr. B, and just this whole idea about this kindness and caring. And so before we leave here, Dr. B, anything else you'd like to share with us?
I think just the gratitude to you, Dr. Hank. I mean, our mission is to leave the planet better than we found it. We're certainly trying to do that to the very, very best of our ability. We have some decades of track record doing that, and we got a lot more work to do as well. And again, just grateful to you that you're out there doing what you're doing, and that you're recognizing that we're trying to make our contribution to. We'll leave the planet better than we found it together.
Yeah, well, this is really, it's bigger than just you and I. And this is, like you say, it's about the planet. It's for our children, for our grandchildren, to be considerate to them. And we want them to have a good, healthy environment to be. So it's so much bigger. Yet at the same time, it is about each one of us that we're going to be able to build our business. We will have a common thread of discussion to have in these sustainable conversations that we can have with people, save money with them, be able to increase your close ratio with buyers, with listing presentations. It really just is all encompassing, and what a tremendous resource, and really almost angelic you are, Dr. B, on what you're doing for the world. And we just thank you so much for your focus, your expertise, and that you are the man in real estate. So if you want to get involved that with the ecosystem, and at the same time build your business, here is the solution, the man. You're seeing him right here. You heard from him today. Dr. B, we thank you for your time, and bless you, and happy holidays to you.
Oh, thank you. And you're the blessing, Dr. Hank. Thank you very much. Really look forward to leaving it better than we found it with you together. And thank you very much. Very grateful.
Amen. Well, that's great. And to all of you that love you, hope that you really internalize this. Contact Dr. B or I, and again, EcoBroker.com. You know how to get a hold of me with any way that we can help you to grow your business, grow your wealth, and help the ecological system and our Mother Earth. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right. There we go.
You are a pro, boy. You are really something.